Hi, my name is Eric Gosen Williams, and I'm the founder of a nonprofit organization called Living Our Real Dreams. And what the basis of the nonprofit is that we teach children character education through a children's play I created called The Beautiful World. The Beautiful World is a super awesome show. I have super awesome characters that represent a character trait that is positive in life and on this planet. I have characters like Eartherium. She's the princess of the earth. She teaches kids about recycling and taking care of the environment and being friendly to animals. And then I have Preconious. She teaches children about the power of choice and the decision-making process. And what's really cool about Preconious, if you take her name apart, it's pro and con. Therefore, that's kind of in the decision-making process, and it's Preconious. What's really cool, too, about Preconious is she does sign language. Then I have characters like Truthor. He represents truth and honesty and trustworthiness. What I wanted to do was really just kind of keep my show simple. I started the nonprofit in 2001, and it's been a slow process. Let me just take you back a little bit before that. In 1997, I injured my neck in a car accident at the C6-7 vertebrae. So I'm actually paralyzed from the chest down, and it was a really hard time in my life. I was 26 years old. Life was good. Everything was moving, and then in a blink of an eye, my whole life changed. And I went from, seeing the sunshine to like, oh my gosh. Well, first of all, I had to fight for my life. I was in a coma for 3 weeks. They gave me a 1% chance of living. And I beat those odds, of course, because I'm here today. But it was a really challenging time. I was broken spiritually, emotionally, physically. I was done. And I was in the hospital for about a year just getting myself strong enough to sit in my wheelchair. And after I did that, I actually ended up in a nursing home. And I was there for 6 months, and I was in a really dark place there. 26 years old, in a nursing home, broken neck, 2 young children. I have 2 daughters, Alexis and Jasmine. They are my strength, my world. And it was just a really trying time. And then I decided that I needed to kind of make a change. My mom called me, said, hey, why don't you come to Rancho Los Amigos? You can do your rehab here. They're like the best in the world in spinal cord research and healing and teaching you how to be in a chair. So I decided to do that. I moved from Salt Lake City, Utah to California, and I started rehab. And immediately my spirit changed. I realized that I could do this. I could live in a wheelchair. I could be in a wheelchair. But I also realized that as time passed, the wheelchair isn't who I am. I am still a man. I am still a living presence in this beautiful universe. And I had to really begin to build my life. But I didn't really know what I was going to do, what was going on, because I was in the grocery business before and I knew I couldn't do that again. So I began to pray, do a lot of meditation, a lot of prayer, and I went to my counselor one day and she was like, hey, why don't you do a video for your daughters? You could send it back to them in Salt Lake City and they would probably love it. And I was like, great idea, let's do it. So not only did I do the video, I decided that I was going to teach my kids life lessons. So they left their stuffed animals. I would do like these cool little plays with the stuffed animals, and they loved it. And that's when I was like, wait a second. Why am I just doing it for my daughters when I can do it for all children? And that's when it hit me. I was like, and it hit me strong. I'm going to do a children's show. I'm going to do a children's play, and it's going to be called The Beautiful World. I didn't have any characters. I just felt it really strong. And then the next thing you know, characters started popping off the walls all around me. It's just this awesome show that has really taken a while to bring to life. I see The Beautiful World on television. I see it as a play going around nationally to different states and traveling and all those wonderful things. So I needed to prepare myself. So I decided to take 7 years out of my life and go back to school. And then once that was done, then I was able to really start to work on this play and get it stronger and get out there in Los Angeles. And we were doing small theater for a couple of years. We did a few show runs, and it was a great success. Parents loved the show. They loved what we taught. And now we're taking a step to a bigger theater, the Madrid Theater, and we're actually going to make that our home over the next year, where it sits on close to 500 kids and parents. So we're on the big stage now. So we are looking for funding and donations, because that's the only way that we're able to do these plays for children is through contributions and donations. But it's a really awesome show. And with no further ado, I want to just give you a little bit of The Beautiful World.
It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful world, full of mystical, magical boys and girls, where all the children wish to be one big happy family. Everybody wants to grow up in a beautiful world. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful world, full of mystical, magical boys and girls, where you're free to live your dreams and your childhood fantasies. Everybody wants to grow up in a beautiful world. It's a place where kids can learn to grow their youthful hearts free, where they're taught to share and give their love unconditionally. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful world, full of mystical, magical boys and girls, where all the children wish to be one big happy family. Everybody wants to grow up in a beautiful world. A beautiful world. A beautiful world.
We want to welcome you back from watching The Beautiful World Children's Theater play. As you can see, we just have a wonderful, wonderful show. Lots of colors, lots of life lessons that we teach. The characters are just awesome and amazing. And we just want to ask again, we are seeking to grow our show. We're moving to a big theater that seats about 500, the Madrid Theater. We're going to make that our home for the next year. And we also go to schools and do community events as well. And then as far as Living Our Real Dream goes, we are out in the community. We take the characters, we do a toy and book drive, and the toys donated. We have some of the characters from the show go to the hospitals and read to the kids and pass out toys. We also do several homeless dinners for families that are in need. So, you know, Living Our Real Dreams is out in the community. We're community-based. People ask me what kind of nonprofit it is. I always say we're in the trenches, because we're really out there just doing wonderful, beautiful things. And, you know, character education is dear to my heart. And it's just something that I feel will truly bring change about. And that's what we're doing. We're planting seeds of respect and love and nurturing and kindness. So please go visit our website at www.the-beautiful-world.com, and also check us out on Facebook, which is Facebook/ TBW is love. And you can see all the wonderful things that we do. We have a 6-foot-tall robot that puts out 1,000 bubbles a minute, Dr. Bobot Bubbles, which he's a part of the theater play. And we go around to youth centers and boys and girls clubs and schools. So we're just doing wonderful things. So every donation is needed. Every donation is valued. And I thank you, and you have a beautiful day in the beautiful world.